Ha 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 ha. There it goes. Having trouble getting rid of that. Welcome, my friends, to another episode of The Lowdown. This is The Lowdown and Turner Fan 77 presents By the Numbers, where we take newer releases, review them for your pleasure and hopefully not displeasure, but it is what it is. I'm your host, David, aka the 4K Lowdown, and my co-host is
Rich, aka Turner Fan 77.
all right. What's going on, brother?
Hey, not much. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. So this is episode 16
Damn, tell me about fast.
of By the Numbers, and Huck is in the house. What is up, Huckster?
Hey, what's up, Huck? How you doing?
Huckamania running wild on the Lowdown. Thank you so much for joining us, brother. I really appreciate it.
We got some interesting movies tonight, man.
Yeah, this was a good mix, I thought.
Well, don't get crazy.
I mean, a mix. I didn't say they were all good. I said it was a good mix.
Yeah, there were some movies we watched.
There were some movies we watched. They were different genres. They were different, I'm going to say, different walks of life, different types
really
of movies. It was a real healthy mix. And this kind of what we do. So we take new releases, and like I said, most of the time we hadn't seen them already. We go, let's just go ahead and take a look, see what we can find. We pick 5 movies. We try to pick something that's in the theater. And then we try to pick, a few that are on streaming, maybe a couple that are physical, or whatever. And Huck agrees that is a crazy mix of flicks. It sure was.
It was.
And I gotta say, I had 2 really big surprises. One positive and one negative for me.
I had one that I really, really, really liked.
Yeah, me too. And I didn't expect it. I was really like, it did not play out how I thought it would. And I was really impressed with it. So I can't wait to talk
about the same movie.
I bet we are too. Cause I mean, I looked at our scores, bro, and I'm like, okay, yeah, he felt the same way I did. Cause I was like, man, that's good.
Yeah, it really was.
And and then there was one where I was like, this has gotta be good. And I was like, yeah. I was a little, I was disappointed. Yeah, I was surprised. Like I said, surprised in a negative way that I was just like that. Considering the cast,
and we're not talking about 80 for Brady.
No, I mean, I have my own things about that, but but considering the cast, and I'm gonna say what streaming channel it was on, I expected it to be better.
Me too.
And
wholeheartedly agree with that.
It was not.
I will say, out of the movies I've watched from that streaming site or streaming channel,
this is the worst one.
Probably the worst. No, wait, I take it back. There was an animated one called Lucky. This is that was terrible.
Because we were talking about doing that, and I was like, no, I don't want to see that.
Yeah, it was an animated movie.
It was an animated movie, wasn't it? Was it nominated for an Oscar or something?
No, it was terrible.
Yeah, but yeah, there was an animated movie that was nominated, and we were just like, no, we're not gonna touch that. But yeah, I remember seeing your review on Lucky. And I think that's where I remember it.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
And I was like, no, I don't want to touch that one.
Yeah, I think I give it like a 1 star on Letterboxd or half a star.
Yeah. And that's unprecedented considering that streaming service. Usually they put out some great movies. All right. So looking at what we got. So basically what we do is we take our lowest scored movie and we start with that one, get the shit out of the way. And then we move toward the theatrical release, but we go low to high, and then the very last thing we do is what's ever in the theater right now, or whatever theatrical release that we took a look at. So, without further ado, our lowest scored movie is 80 for Brady.
This shit was terrible. I'm just gonna put it right. This movie drag. There's only one lady in here. 2 ladies. I take it back because I love the one lady. I've seen her in a lot of things, and it's the Marino. I loved
Rita
her.
Moreno. Yeah.
Yeah, I loved her in. Wait for it. Both West, or the second West Side Story.
Don't you dare do that to me.
I want to check her out in the first West Side Story. And Sally Field. I have her.
I love Sally Field.
I don't. I only love her as the Flying Nun. That's the only thing I like her in.
I don't know. I loved her as Forrest Gump's mom. I loved her in The Mother in Spoiler Alert.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. She was good in that.
And I think she's cute as a button in here. But this is not a good movie.
It is not. The acting's terrible.
I thought there were cute parts, but that's all there was. And I'm sorry to, well, actually, I'm not sorry to say Tom Brady can't act worth a shit.
No, he cannot. It's terrible.
Like, it's like nails on a chalkboard watching him try to act.
Right. I think Neil Keel does a better job acting than Tom Brady, and that's saying something.
Yeah. What about Smokey and the Bandit?
I forgot she was in that.
Smokey and the Bandit was good. Okay. And there's another one that she did called Norma Ray, I believe it was, where she was kind of a worker and she fights back and they go on strike or whatever like that. She was really brilliant in that. But yeah, no, I like Sally Field. I think she's adorable. And it was really kind of cute. And yeah, Huck confirms. Thank you, brother. Norma Ray. But Rita Moreno is also, I believe she's showing up in Fast X.
Is she?
Yeah. I believe I think I saw her in the trailer.
Oh, I don't know.
So,
I didn't pay that attention. But yeah, I like her. She was in I think she was in the remake of Facts of Life that was on Netflix, and I really liked her in that. I think she was.
I don't think I ever watched that.
I really enjoyed it.
I am, I was a big Facts of Life fan. I had a crush on Joe like nobody's business. But, Lily Tomlin, I'm not a fan. I like her. I think she's funny, but just the acting was not good here.
No, the writing was terrible.
The writing was horrible. I think it was just the script was just garbage. It was
who made this because
it was written in crayon or something, and I don't know what the deal was. But yeah,
I don't know how this was approved. This was trash.
They were like, we need to do a female version. We need to do an old lady version of Girls Trip, is what it seemed like. And, I get that it's based on a true story. And I'm like, okay, that's fine, but they could have done a better job.
Yeah.
And because even the the seriousness of it with the cancer scare and things like that, I was like, I expected that to be better.
Yeah.
But
even the supporting cast, they were terrible. The security guards.
Well, yeah, Ron Funches, who is a great comedian, he was not funny in this. I don't expect Billy Porter to be a good actor, but he didn't.
Even Sarah Gilbert was terrible in this, and I enjoyed her
as the daughter. Yeah, she was just window dressing. It was like, did everybody phone this in, including the director?
Yeah.
But
this is just bad all the way.
Now, that being said, I got a little nostalgia from it because of the four ladies. And there were things I liked Guy Fieri, and I liked the whole spicy wing thing.
Yeah. That's the only enjoyable part.
That was the only enjoyable part for me. There were small pieces, but yeah, it was like for something that I'm expected to laugh, I didn't laugh.
I was rolling my eyes.
And there was some really dumb humor in here. I mean, like over the top dumb.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Whoever greenlit this, I honestly believe they should have their job evaluated.
I'm glad. I'm glad that I didn't have to
we
pay
got
for
it
this.
out of the way.
I'm glad we got it out of the way. This is something we've been pushing off for a while. So okay. It came out this year. Had a $28 million budget, made 39.7 million in the box office.
I don't know how. This movie was terrible.
I think it's the name. I think it was recognition with the four ladies. It was like, their version of Las Vegas or whatever, to where you're just like, oh, okay.
I take that back. I think if I remember right, my daughter said they had a good turnout for this at her theater.
Yeah.
I think she said they would have a lot of people for the week that they had it. I don't get it, but yeah.
I don't know. My wife liked it better than I did. She thought it was cute. Like I said, there were things that I liked about it. Mainly it was the nostalgia of seeing those four ladies, and then Guy Fieri. I really enjoyed the Guy Fieri scene with the wings and stuff.
Yeah.
The whole thing in the skybox and the Super Bowl and all that. The whole point of the movie, and let me go ahead and read it. A group of friends make it their lifelong mission to go to the Super Bowl and meet NFL superstar Tom Brady. So yeah, that's basically the whole thing. There's like, okay, let's put a script together because of that. And
I don't like football, but I enjoy football movies, and I don't know why.
Yeah, but this isn't a football movie.
No, I wish there was more football.
I love football, and I love football movies. This is not a football movie.
Mm-mm.
There's the football is way in the background.
Yeah, I wish there was more. Just to dilute this. Give me something more than these four ladies. Nothing against them. Just I got tired of their voices. I got tired of their hijinks. Really quick.
Yeah. And we got Steve on. What's up, Steve?
What's up, Steve?
You're right on time for our least favorite. And basically, you and I both gave only 110, and that was for the cast. Yeah. And then I think my highest, and I think I overmarked it, but my highest was the wild card at a 7.
What did I get? Let me look at my
I think there's some appeal to that type of comedy, but it didn't work for me. And then I did give 6s to the story and the ending because they are based on a true story. So I gave them a little bit of a mark. Your highest was a 5.
Yeah.
And that was music, direction, wild card, cinematography, 5s and 4s across the board, except for the 10.
I gave a 3 to the plot. I mean,
yeah, you gave a 3 to the plot. I gave a 4 to the plot because I watched the trailer and I was like, nah. That's why we kept putting it off.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, the only thing appealed to me was the four ladies, and I was just like, and that again, I agree. I think there should have been something else.
Yeah.
To kind of give us a palate cleanser from having to deal with these four ladies. I did like the older dude in the nursing home.
Yeah, he was tolerable.
I liked him.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't enough of him.
I do like when they're trying to call in and win the tickets. I kind of liked that scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that too. And I like the whole, I know it's just,
there's really nothing.
I'm trying to pick at things that I think are worth seeing here, but I really can't. I think if you are a fan of these ladies and you like this type of silly comedy, it's physical comedy without being physical. There's nothing because they can't do it. They're gonna break a hip.
Whole dance scene, I was like, you're kidding.
Yeah, I mean, come on, Sally Field eating spicy wings and Rita Moreno gambling and Jane Fonda like becoming plastic when she puts the wig and the makeup on. But without
I wish women would stop doing this to themselves.
Yeah, they don't need it. They're beautiful just the way they are.
Yeah, I hate the plastic surgery. I just watched Scream 6. Courtney Cox looks terrible. I'm like, she was a beautiful woman. Just let yourself age naturally,
Yeah.
because now you just look terrible. I just
Yeah.
don't get it.
Yeah, no, I agree with that, brother. I think that's
Women are all beautiful.
too
They
much
don't
put
need.
on women to have to do this, and they think that the only thing that they have about them is their appearance, and I don't think that's true. I think,
No,
you know, I can't say that about my wife because she's a vampire. She still looks like she's 25.
That's awesome.
Um, but you know, she hardly ever wears makeup, and you know, I'm a little biased, but it's, you know, it's just, you know, it's in her blood, her genes. She's, man, but
He's Filipino, right?
yes.
They age perfectly.
Yeah. Oh, it's unbelievable. She has not changed.
That's awesome.
So yeah, Courtney was my favorite friend. I hope her face relaxes a bit to normal someday. Yeah, maybe she'll be able to completely smile. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's going to happen at any time. But right now, she's kind of stuck in this Barry Manilow position with her cheeks. And, you know, it's so weird. But when Jane Fonda in this movie didn't have any makeup or wig or anything on, she looked great.
Yeah.
But then she does this, whatever she has in the picture, and I'm like, she's plastic. I didn't appreciate that at all.
Women, be body positive. You don't need surgery. You don't need makeup. Just be happy with God gave you, man.
Yeah. If anybody isn't happy with what God gave you, then don't listen to them.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to be happy just the way you are.
Yep.
And that lets you know that they love you regardless.
Exactly.
So, all right. I agree. We're gonna get off of that wagon. So IMDb gave this a 5.8. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 60 with 123 reviews. Audience score 89%.
Get the fuck out of here.
I know, right? I almost want to.
All older women that watch this movie,
right? As a whole, oh yeah, the average age probably over 65, but 2,500 plus ratings, 89%.
Okay, I shouldn't say that, because what is our motto? All film is subjective.
All films are subjective.
And I walk that back. Like I apologize.
There is an audience for this type of comedy.
Yeah.
I will say that.
Not it.
It's just not us.
Yeah.
Like I said, there were some things that I enjoyed, but like the true story and, you know, the stuff behind it. And I like they did show a little bit of football, and I was like, okay, cool. But yeah, I wish this could have been better.
Yeah.
So you gave 80 for Brady a 50. I gave 80 for Brady a 60. Total average score 55. Yeah. And that takes our low spot tonight. And I'm just gonna show some pictures of the movie. And I did think that the dance number was cute.
I did not like that.
It had no purpose.
Yeah.
It could have been completely cut out of the movie.
Yeah.
And I would have been fine with it.
This movie could have been a half hour long, and I would have been happy with it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, give me something around, you know, weathering.
Oh yeah.
That length. Give me right about there, and just do the whole with the football game and the stuff. And I did like the superstition that they do before the game, because that's
chips and
with the chips and the ladder and the reading and the tea. I kind of do that stuff too. When I watch my Seahawks play, one of my superstitions is that I don't wear any Seahawks memorabilia. I don't wear any Seahawks jersey, no hats, no socks, no nothing. It's just, and I don't know why I started doing that, but that's what I do. So when I'm not seeing the Seahawks play, I wear my Seahawks garb. But when I'm watching them play, I never wear any Seahawks garb. No gear.
That's funny.
Anyway, let's move on to our second movie. Which, and I got to tell you, this was the disappointing one for me. And this was Ghosted.
Yeah, me too.
So Ghosted is on Apple TV Plus. It just premiered.
She's so beautiful, Ana de Armas.
I love her. I think she's amazing. I can't wait to see Ballerina.
And she can do action, you know.
Oh yeah,
unbelievable.
Yeah, we saw that in No Time to Die. I thought she was amazing in that.
Yeah.
So, it looks like it only made $1,780 in the box office, but that is not the right movie. That's why. I was like, it just came straight out to Apple TV Plus. Why am I getting a box office score from it?
I don't think the chemistry was there.
That's the problem I had.
Yeah.
The chemistry between Chris Evans and Ana de Armas was not there. There was no affection. I felt nothing from those two.
As soon as they started talking, I was like, I don't feel it. I don't when he runs to her car, I was like, no. It felt forced. It didn't feel natural.
Yeah. The whole thing of it felt forced. It was really disappointing.
And I'm gonna say this about Chris Evans. I felt like he phoned this in. I didn't think this was his best performance.
Oh no, not by a long shot. But do you think that Chris Evans is a one-trick pony?
I do.
Because I think the same thing. I did like him in Gray Man.
I didn't like that movie.
See, I liked Gray Man, and I liked him and Ana de Armas in Gray Man, but they were opposites.
Yeah.
They weren't trying to work together. It was fumbling. It didn't mesh well. The two didn't coagulate well. And then I'm sorry, these stupid comedic action shots that they did in this movie really bugged me. I don't want to see him like pasted to the front of the bus as the bus is spinning around and it looks like it's a joke.
Yeah.
I get that it's supposed to be an action comedy, and in some ways it reminded me of Night and Day, which I know you didn't care for that either.
When you say that, I see it. 100%.
Yeah,
I see that.
That's what it reminded me of, was Night and Day. But I liked Night and Day more than this.
Yeah,
because at least there was a little bit of chemistry between Cameron Diaz and Tom Cruise. It still had a terrible script, and this one did too.
It did.
And I'm sorry, do not put every MCU actor as a freaking cameo in this movie. That really pissed me off.
It was so forced.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, cool, Anthony Mackie. I'm like, oh, cool, Sebastian Stan. And then I'm like, really? Daredevil? I mean, Deadpool? Really? Ryan Reynolds is in there? Yeah, really? Come on. So, I mean, it's got some cameos. It's got a cast.
Spoiler.
But
I mean, if you ain't got nothing to do and you got a couple hours to kill, maybe watch it.
It's not bad. It's not horrible. I had high hopes for it.
Me too.
I watched the trailer and I was like, dude, I want to see this.
Me too.
I can't wait. I saw these two actors and it's an action movie, and I was like, I'm so down for this.
Yeah.
And then
watch it. I was
like, yeah, the trailer did its job.
Got us to watch it.
It got us to watch it. We were like, oh yeah, we got to put Ghosted in there as soon as it comes out. Great. And then watched it and was like, all right. Yeah,
I would never visit this again. I don't think so.
No, I don't think I'll watch this again. So yeah, no box office numbers, no nothing like that. I don't have anything as far as a budget goes.
It looked expensive.
It did. It looked like it had some great practical stunts in it.
You know, the cast cost money, the on-site location shooting, because some of it didn't look CGI. It looked like they
Oh,
were.
no, they were in Paris for some of that. I know for sure. And I don't know what's the deal with that restaurant at the end. I'm not going to spoil it, but there was something wrong with that.
Yeah,
That whole scene, there was something wrong.
Yeah.
But I mean, there are some things that I was like, okay, that was pretty cool, and there's some some decent stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I wasn't feeling this, and I really want to. And it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't bad. I liked it, but I was let down. It was disappointing considering the cast and the streaming service that has it.
Yeah,
I expected it to. Yeah, Apple TV Plus has got it. If you guys want to watch it, check it out.
It's worth watching.
I think it's worth a look.
Yeah,
but it should have gone way higher. And again, you and I are only 10 is in the cast.
Yeah,
because it's got a ridiculous cast. I'm disappointed. I mean, Adrian Brody as the antagonist in this. What's with his accent?
I'm not a fan of Adrian Brody.
I like him, but I don't know. He was trying to be De Niro or trying to be Pacino or maybe a mix of the two. Yeah. I don't know. I wasn't feeling him as a bad guy.
And the whole tax man. That was every time they said tax. I wish I had like $100 or $5 every time they said tax.
We would. And of course, the song's got to come up for that. So if I had $1, if I had $1, I'd have gone to the movies and watched something else. If I had $1 for every time they said tax man. So yeah, I mean, otherwise, for a wild card as an action comedy, you gave it an 8. I gave it a 7. I gave a 9 to the music. There were some of the music that I really liked. Walk 500 Miles and, some of the nostalgic 80s stuff that I really like. And I gave a 9 to the trailer because I thought the trailer really, I could watch the trailer 5 or 6 more times instead of watch the movie. But otherwise, yeah, 6s and 7s, mainly 6s for me and 5s. You got a 7 for cinematography and direction, and I went 6s. I was not happy with how they were doing that. But it is what it is. It's not a horrible movie. It's just very disappointing considering what it has. And
who wrote this?
The director is Dexter Fletcher.
Why do I know that name?
Let's see what else he's done. He did. Oh, I know. I got to make sure that he directed 4 movies. No, he's the producer of Bohemian Rhapsody. I'm like, there is no way. He directed Rocket Man. Oh, okay. He directed Rocket Man, the musical with Taron Egerton, the Elton John movie. Eddie the Eagle, Sunshine on Earth, and Wild Bill. So I can't say a lot of those were great. I did like Eddie the Eagle, and I'm looking at this guy's face, and I've seen him before. So he's been he's an actor too. He's done Double Date, Smoking Guns, looks like a lot of B movie stuff. Muppets Most Wanted.
And then that's why Ghosted is the way it is.
Yeah. Yeah. So much like 50, I almost said 50 for Brady, 80 for Brady, 110 for Brady. Much like 80 for Brady, 5.8 is the IMDb score with 18,000 reviews. Rotten Tomatoes critic score 29%. Oof. With 91 reviews, 61% audience score, 500 reviews. You gave Ghosted a 69, and I gave it a 71 for a total average score of 70.
I said it's about right.
Yeah.
That's a good score for this movie.
Yeah. I think that's a solid score for this movie. Steve says Adrian Brody was great in Predators.
Yes,
I believe
agree with that.
I did like him in Predators. I agree.
Yeah, I think that's the
and
only
then
thing
we
I
got
really
Nate.
enjoyed.
What's up, Nate?
What's up, Nate? How you doing, man?
Our brother from down in Florida. Thanks for jumping in. But yeah, we just got through talking about Ghosted, which I'm thinking about doing to this movie.
Yeah.
And that whole thing, the whole needy texting, that crap, that was way overdone.
He came off really stupid.
Yeah.
It didn't fit him.
No.
Yeah, it was not believable.
No.
And his shirts were still skin tight, and you're like, listen, I ain't buying it.
Of course, he was still wearing Captain America's clothes.
Yeah. I ain't buying it.
No. Not really. Okay. So let's get to our third movie. And just narrowly beat out Ghosted. But I think I was much happier with this movie because I didn't expect anything from it. And that is Kill Boksoon.
This was okay. This was a fun watch. Will I watch it again? Probably not.
Yeah. I've actually already seen this twice. So I liked it. It doesn't
fantastic.
Yeah, the action's great.
Yeah.
This is not it's long. It's too long for
I agree. I didn't watch it all in one sitting.
Yeah, it's 2 hours and 17 minutes. So I'm like, yeah, that's too long. This should have been an hour and a half, hour 45 tops.
Yeah.
And I think it would have been a lot better.
And we're keeping with our theme of having foreign movies on here. And and I am liking that. I really am. Because we have another one. When we get to it,
we have another one. Yeah, we have another one coming up that, oh man, this definitely
and this one isn't bad either. This one is
it's not bad. It's genre specific. So if you really like action movies, this would be something to watch.
Is this Korean?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm double checking to make sure, but I was pretty sure it was Korean. Yes. South Korean. I was gonna say the good kind of Korean. But so South Korean, it's from 2023. I don't have a budget. I don't have anything because it's Korean, so I couldn't get anything to save my life on, how much it cost to make or if it was in the theaters or anything. But came out recently so it's on Netflix, you guys. And let me read the synopsis. Basically, a single mother who is a renowned hired killer finds it difficult to achieve a balance between her personal and work life.
Yeah. And I do like that. I did like that.
I like that too. And that was one of the things I noted, was I liked her acting as the mother when she was trying to figure out what was going on with her daughter.
Yeah.
And trying to juggle being a mother and being an assassin at the same time.
Yeah.
And I really liked how she kept playing different scenarios in her head.
Yeah, I loved that.
I thought that was really cool. And it made for pretty good cinematography. I gotta say, they did a couple of those scenes really nicely. Especially the end. I really liked how they played the end, the cinematography on the end.
Yeah.
Where that was really neat. So yeah, it's directed by Sung Hyun Byun. I hope I got that right. He or she also wrote it. Yeah. Starring Jeondu Yeon.
I like that older guy in it too. He was sticking up for her. I don't remember any of these characters or names. He did a really good job too.
The one who was the boss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really liked his character.
Yeah, I like him. I like him too. I thought the acting was pretty solid here.
Yeah, it was okay.
Yeah, I mean,
I had to turn the dubbing off.
I had to turn the dubbing off too, because this is one you want to watch with subtitles in the original language.
Because you get that infliction, you get the, and
you
that
get
really
a
comes
little
into
bit of the
play
emotion in there. Yeah.
in another movie.
Yeah. So you actually gave 2 10s on this one. 1 to cinematography and 1 to wild card. I did not give any 10s, but I gave 9s to wild card, cinematography, and ending, to which you gave an 8. So we're right there with our scores. This was one of those, like I said, there's some really good action scenes in it. I mean, even right from the starts you off with a really killer action scene.
Oh, on the bridge, and then she pulls out that gun.
Yeah. So I'm trying to figure. I was like, okay, what's going on? And then, just some great stuff. There's some very, I'm gonna say, La Femme Nikita, or what is the name? No, Point of No Return with Bridget Fonda. Vibes like that, because there's like there's this assassin training school and they're doing all this stuff. But it's definitely, this is one to check out. This is pretty good. But yeah, like I said, it's at least a half an hour too long. It drags in the middle.
That has some cool gore in it too.
Yeah, has some good gore.
Yeah, good, cool kills.
Yeah, it's not Cocaine Bear, but it's got some good gore.
Yeah. Or my kind of gore. Maybe not David's kind of gore.
Not my level of gore, but I did like it. Yeah, he likes this tame shit. I like Ninja Assassin. Where people just get ripped up. No. But no, I enjoyed it. It wasn't over the top. What's up, Movie Hunter? Thank you so much for jumping in, brother. So yeah, we're talking about Kill Boksoon, which is on Netflix right now. Let me put the poster back up.
Yeah.
And it premiered on March 31st, so it's been out about a month. But
it's worth a watch.
Yeah. I was that first scene hooked me, and I was like, dude, I'm gonna really like this. And then it dragged a little bit, and then there was a good scene, and I was like, okay. And then it dragged a little bit, and then there was a good scene, and then it dragged a little, and it was like that. And then maybe the last 20-30 minutes were really good.
Yeah. And at the end, I'm not really I'm trying to dance around it because I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah.
I love the understanding that comes through the daughter and the mom.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Yeah, I love how that relationship.
Anybody knows?
I'm not even going to say it gets resolved. I like how it moves forward.
Yeah.
I'm not going to even say that it gets resolved, but
having a teenage daughters,
it's hard.
It
is not easy.
And then imagine being an assassin on top of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
again, if you watch this movie, I highly encourage you to turn the dubbing off and watch it in subtitles in its native language, because it makes the movie a lot better.
Yeah. Yeah, it really improves the acting. I think you get a better feel for what's going on. So I dug it. All right. So Kill Boksoon on Netflix. IMDb gives it a 6.6 with 6.7 thousand ratings. Rotten Tomato critics score 81% with 31 reviews. 82% audience score with 100 plus ratings. You gave this a 70, and I gave it a 72 for a total average score of 71. And it takes our number 2 spot tonight.
Yeah. Well, that's okay, but the other movie that we watched that's not a theatrical release. Oh, I loved. I know this won't get a physical release, but I wish it would.
No, I wish it would too. I'd be I'd be so down for it. And speaking of which, let's go ahead and move to that one because that's where we're at.
Yeah.
What's the one that I'm missing? One of the pictures from the movie is missing, so I'm bringing it up. So I have it. Okay, so the next movie, and I think both of our picks for this week, is Hunger.
Oh, this movie was fantastic.
I
had no expectations for this, and I came out. Oh my gosh, this is fantastic.
Yeah. Me neither. Now I watched the trailer for this, and I thought this was going to be a horror movie.
You did. Well, it kind of, in a weird way, it kind of is.
Yeah. Well, at least a thriller, but I mean, really, it's more of a drama. It's just kind of, it plays more as a drama, but there's thriller elements and things like that. But when I was watching it, I was like, oh, this is going to be like The Menu, or it's going to be like, I was picturing like some cannibalism thing.
Because you get that scene in the trailer, you're like, oh fuck.
You're like, what are they eating? What the hell is that? I thought it was disgusting, and I was like, oh man, I can't wait to watch this.
I can't wait to watch
because I'm a sick bastard. But it was totally different. I mean, I was expecting The Menu, and you really get kind of a cooking, a cooking version of Whiplash.
Yeah, and I think what this movie does so well, and it shows a class divide in a very unique way through food.
Yes.
And there's a line in here where the guy says the poor eat because they're starving or something like that.
They eat to live.
They eat to live.
Yeah.
And then the rich eat because they can or something like that.
Yeah. When you have enough, it was like when you have enough to feed yourself, then you're always hungry or something like that.
Yeah, something like it.
Something like that. Yeah. But yeah, it was a really interesting take on the class of people. You totally nailed it on the head. It really talks about the class of people between the poor and the rich.
Yeah.
Now this is from Thailand. It's a Thai movie, and
again, watch this in subtitles. Don't watch it dubbed.
I watched it. I watched both. I watched it dubbed, and then I watched it subtitled. It is better subtitled. But there was another Thai movie where I was like, no, watch that dubbed. This one, I think you can watch either way, my opinion. Like it, but I would stick to dubbed I would stick to, subtitled if you can. Yeah. But this one is not as bad dubbed as Kill Boksoon was.
Yeah. The people on
because
this poster,
I still felt a little of the emotion. The girl in here, the female lead,
fantastic,
really good. She did a great job. You just crying and stuff that was going on.
Scene,
yeah.
When I don't want to spoil it because this movie has to be seen. I hope this gets a consideration for the Academy Awards.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, I would love to see this nominated for foreign film.
Yeah.
Next year.
I hope it is. I hope this film doesn't get overlooked because it was fantastic. That girl.
It was.
That end scene when she's at home and then when she's at that party. What's up, man?
What's up, Harrison?
Yeah, Harrison, how you doing? You ready for tomorrow, Harrison? Ready to talk some Batman? And then there's a scene where she's at that party and she makes that dish. That is it her grandpa?
It was like her grandma's dish. It was and comes from her family.
Yeah, or something like that.
Like handed down from like generations.
Yeah,
and
I
she
love
makes
that.
This, and just how her whole personality changed.
Yeah.
From cooking all these gorgeous dishes to where she's stoic, no
Her body
emotion.
language. Did you notice her
Her
body
body
language?
language completely changes. She starts cooking this dish and she's smiling.
Yeah.
And she's, reminiscing, thinking about the past.
And you can see it
looking
all in her face.
You can see it in the food. Just the way that she presented it and talked about it. And it was amazing. But yeah, the other dude, Chef Asshole, was
Chef Asshole. I wanted to like him at the beginning. I was like, oh man, I understand what he was doing.
He gave me J.K. Simmons vibes. He reminded me of Whiplash, where he was like slapping that one dude, and and it was trying to, it's in the trailer. So if you guys watch the trailer, she's trying to cut this roast of Wagyu beef, which is like $100 an ounce. It's like major expensive, and she's trying to slice it into these thin steaks, and he is just chastising her.
And you see the tears coming down her eyes.
She's just you could feel it, the pressure that she's under and what she's doing. And she's like, no, it's too thick, it's too thin, don't saw it. And he's like smacking it out of her hand. I was just like, man. And then, they show the burns on her hands
from the grease splatters and stuff.
Yeah, from the grease splatter. But there were some beautiful shots done here of when she was doing the cooking with the flames and then what she was doing. I really liked it. I think they kept coming back to it too much. I would have liked to have seen them do some other angle, some other thing, but they went with this format that was great, but then they just kept doing that thing.
But I also like how they were one-upping each other at that party.
Yeah.
I love.
Oh no, that was a thing. It was a cook-off. That's what it was. You know how they do, like, where they're dancing, or they're, you're watching Pitch Perfect and they're singing back and forth to see who's better. It was like that, only they were cooking. It was chef on chef, and and they were doing their dishes and people were going crazy. And then I don't want to spoil how it ends, but it didn't end how I expected. And
I'm gonna go out on a limb, just as of right now. What is this? April 26th.
April 26th, day after my son's birthday. If you're listening, boys, I love you. My son's turned 30 and 31 yesterday. So
awesome. Happy birthday, guys. I'm gonna go on a limb right now. This is probably one of my favorite movies of the year so far. And I've seen it in theater from January 1st till now, April 25th. This is one of my favorite films of the year.
This is definitely my sleeper pick so far.
Yeah.
This is my sleeper pick of the year so far. I really enjoyed this. It did not play how I expected it to. And I am not disappointed about it. I thought it would be a horror movie. It's not.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like Whiplash meets Burnt.
Yeah.
The Bradley Cooper movie. That's what it reminded me of. I was thinking maybe Menu, but no, Menu has a totally different format. But Burnt, there's chefs and doing stuff. Maybe Chef, the one with the food truck. I did enjoy that a lot. That movie. But I love the cooking.
This is probably one of my favorite movies of the year so far.
I got to agree. This is probably, I gave some higher scores.
Me too.
But definitely my biggest surprise of the year, and one of my favorites. Top 10 for sure.
Yeah, guys, I want you guys, if you're watching this on the replay, whenever you're watching this, take the time, watch Hunger, because it is fantastic.
This is not. Yeah, this is one where, because normally I'm like, it's worth a watch, or you could see it. It has its audience. I really think that this movie should be seen.
Yeah, I agree. This has art too.
Yeah, there was some real beauty in this, and
that's why
and some tragedy, like
fantastic in this.
Yeah, like some crazy tragedy too. But yeah, just really, really good.
And that caught me off guard too. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Guys see
this. Yeah, I didn't expect what I got from this, and I was really happy with it. It was so great. I watched it last night and I was just like, man.
Oh, you watched this last night?
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah.
I watched this last night because I was waiting on it and waiting on it. I'm like, okay,
So it's
because
really fresh for you. Yeah.
it's fresh. It's
I
recent.
gave
Yeah.
this a lot of tens.
There was there was some great stuff. So let's talk about that. Your tens came in acting, ending, story, and cinematography.
Mm-hmm.
My tens came in acting and story, but I gave nines for ending and cinematography. We both gave eights for the wild card, and I'm considering it a drama.
Yeah.
But there is some tension.
Yeah.
So it could be a dramatic thriller or whatever. But I think of this more as a drama. Eights for direction, we're both at. Eights for script, we're both at. The only thing that hurts it is the cast because it's all Thailand, so it just gets the base 4.
Yeah.
And that's it. But yeah, I wish I'd have known some of these actors.
I want to see
Because
her as something else. I want to see her what she
I want
does.
to see him.
Yeah, him
I
too.
want to see him in something else. I
Yeah.
want to see him. Yeah, I would
I
love
want
to
to see
see
him be
more movies.
nice.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah.
So Hunger has a 6.6 on IMDb with 7.1 thousand reviews. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 85% with 13 reviews, 61% audience score with 100 plus ratings.
Okay.
Rich,
I think that seems low.
I think
Okay.
that's low. I think,
Is that because it's foreign?
I think it's because it's foreign. We've had this before to where the foreign movies generally get a lower score on Rotten Tomatoes. And I think that's part of the reason why. But Rich, you and I both gave this an 80.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But yeah, yeah,
This is
I'm
fantastic.
gonna go out and say this. This is like, when Ghost Hunters says something's haunted, they don't do that too often. I'm gonna say this is definitely one that you should watch.
Yeah. Me
I
too.
don't think you'll be disappointed.
Oh. And
Unless
this
you
was your pick.
absolutely hate foreign films. If you hate foreign movies, then maybe this isn't for you. But I'd still say it's worth a look.
Because this is art. This is legit is art.
Yeah, I mean, there's
While
some.
80 for Brady was a movie, Hunger
Yeah,
is art.
this is a piece of art.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, all movies are subjective. You may not care for it, but I think I think you'll be happier watching it. I think you'll be
Mm-hmm.
happier after you saw it. Like, oh well, I'm glad I saw that. But maybe it's something you might not watch again.
Yeah.
This I would love a physical release of this.
I'd buy this day one, and
I'd
I
buy
don't buy
this. I'd
anything
buy
day.
this day one. I might, if there's a 4K release, I might grab it. But I would buy this day one, at least a Blu-ray.
I think those party scenes would pop in 4K.
Yeah.
Because the stream, I mean, it looked great on my 4K TV, and
wanted to bring in some of the pictures that I grabbed, which was really hard because there were no pictures on IMDb.
Mm-hmm. Oh, she's so good.
It's just, it was just,
mm-hmm.
and it's also one of the things that it brings that whole adage, be careful what you wish for.
Mm-hmm.
Because or the grass is always greener, because she thought that's what you wanted, and then she got what she wanted, and
this dude bugged me when I was watching. I wanted to punch him because it kind of goes back to what we were talking about with Courtney Cox. Change it, he's pushing change your look,
Yeah.
You need to get what did he even say, sexier or something like that? You need to.
Well, he was talking about that, that her status sells as a woman, as a beautiful woman, so they want to exploit that. So it's like, we want to change your appearance, we want to do this and that.
I did not like that. I mean,
I didn't like that either,
but that just really bugged me.
Yeah, no, that bugged me too. But that's exactly how the world works. That's exactly what they do. And then the whole thing that got her to that party, once she figured that out, she was like, really? That's what you think of me? I'm just I no, I really enjoyed it. It was
out of all 5 of these movies,
definitely,
guys, this is the one you should see.
it was definitely my favorite.
Yeah.
All right, brother, we got one left, and that's our theatrical release of the week, and that is The Pope's Exorcist. So I saw this in the theater,
Me too.
I will say I am a sucker for possession movies.
You are.
I absolutely love them. That being said, I liked this, but I didn't love it.
Yeah, it was serviceable.
It was there were stuff that was pretty good. There
This
were
is kind
things
of
that I liked.
this reminded me of a movie kind of like a serviceable hand job. When you get in high school, a girl gets you nice that
You
little.
just say hand job?
Yeah, I did. It just it's just one of those. It gets the job done.
Yeah.
It gets you there. That's the new rating system. Hand
Yeah.
jobs.
It's hand job. What are the other? I don't know what the other scores are after that. What's the other notch above hand job? A blowjob. Okay. So
but this one, I love Russell Crowe. Everybody loves Russell Crowe.
Russell, I don't like him as a person, but he's an amazing actor. And I liked him, but I didn't like him in this. There were
I liked him in this.
I was like, I don't, I mean, I get, and again, based on a true story, this is an actual person, Father Amorth, actually the Pope's exorcist, worked until 2016 before he passed away. Absolutely love that aspect of this.
Yeah.
Of its basis in fact. And I did, at first I was like, Russell Crowe playing an Italian exorcist, I don't see it.
He plays all kinds of things.
But he does all kinds of things. But he wasn't bad. His Italian was pretty decent.
No.
That being said, like I said, that was kind of hit and miss for me throughout the movie. As far as the movie goes, it really played out like The Exorcist was on at double the speed. So it's like they fast forward through all the preliminary crap that The Exorcist did to lead to the possession, and they just went foop, fast forward, get to the exorcism stuff, and let stuff think. That being said,
like how they brought in the sibling, how the boy sibling, how it kind of jumped from person to person and kind of controlled the other person. I did like that.
Yeah, no, I liked how I agree. I liked how the we'll just say the entity was affecting the entire family.
Yeah.
It wasn't like The Exorcist where it's just affecting the girl and then the girl being possessed was affecting everyone else. No, there was more things going on. And that was cool. I enjoyed that. The effects were neat.
Yeah. I like the end scene, the end final battle. Oh, that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Now that was the thing. The thing that sets possession movies apart for me is the exorcism scene, and I liked how they did that even in the beginning. That first exorcism scene that they do, I really enjoyed that, and I liked a lot of the stuff they did there. There were some risks that they took, and I appreciate that. This is one I will buy it when it comes out because that's just I'm a sucker for those, and I liked it enough. I'll see it again. I will watch it again. I don't think it's something that you could run to the theater and go see.
No, I'm glad I didn't pay for this.
Yeah, I got my ticket for free because I got the unlimited thing. But
Dave will buy it. I say wait till if it hits the peak. I don't know what studio made this. Wait till whatever whoever holds the rights for it to hit streaming. Because I don't think you need to waste money. $20 for your ticket and snacks. I wouldn't waste your time.
No, I don't think you need to run to the theater for this. I wonder which company is doing it.
And I think the only way I would add it to my collection is if it was $10.
Huh?
I think that's my threshold for this movie.
It says Amazon, so maybe it'll come out on Prime.
Oh, this is an Amazon movie?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I didn't even know that. Yeah. Wait till it hit Prime if it comes to Prime. Because everybody has Amazon, so.
Yeah. Okay, so the Pope's Exorcist, right? It's out this year. Had an $18 million budget. So far in the theater, it's made $52.8 million. So it's made its money.
Yeah.
Thumbs high. It did a pretty good job. Some of the pictures from it.
Yeah.
Couldn't really go with any of the real nasty stuff, but I also want to point out that this is a rated R paranormal movie, and that doesn't happen too often. Usually they try to make it PG-13 so more people will see it in the theater.
What's the one we just watched not too long ago that was PG-13? It was an Exorcist movie too.
Yeah, it was. Was that Phenomena?
No,
that was the foreign one.
Yeah, it was last year.
It was a while ago, wasn't it? It was.
Yeah, what was the Devil's Exorcist or the Devil's?
It was Pray for the Devil.
Yeah, Pray for the Devil.
Yeah.
That was PG-13.
That was PG-13, and you could tell they forced that. And that was one of the things I didn't like about it, was that they forced it to go to PG-13. It's funny because of course I bought it, but and I'm watching it with the captions, and the captions have F-bombs in them, but the movie doesn't.
Really?
Yeah, I thought that was really interesting. I was just like, oh, cool. And I was like, so I could tell that they forced a PG-13 rating. Megan does that too.
Oh,
in the PG-13 version, there's F-bombs in the captions that you don't.
How often do you watch the movies with captions on?
I have everything with captions for not for me because of hearing or anything, but because of the granddaughter, so she can read. And in case there's other sounds like the granddaughter drowning everything out, I can read the subtitles instead of turn the sound up. So yeah, we have the regular TV on captions, all movies on captions, streaming, everything's got captions on.
Oh, awesome. Good idea.
Yep. So some of our highlights for the Pope's Exorcist. Let's see. Your highest, you gave 8s to the cinematography, ending, and plot.
Yeah.
And I gave 9s to the plot and the story, 8s to script, cinematography, and wild card. But no 10s. I don't think it doesn't deserve any 10s for anything. The cast is almost non-existent aside from Russell Crowe. I think that's the only one you recognized. But yeah, I recognize the couple by sight, but not their names. So I gave the cast a 4. But IMDb gives this a 6.2 with 9.1 thousand reviews. Rotten Tomato critics score 51%, and I think they just don't like horror movies. With 83 reviews. Audience score 82% with 500 plus reviews.
Oh, that seems very high.
That seems a little high.
Yeah.
Because even myself, I mean, as a genre movie, I gave this a 76. But we're scoring it based on all types of movies. You gave this a 66, and I gave it a 73 for the total average score of 69.5.
Yeah.
So it actually takes the 4th spot in the movies we watched this week. Yeah. Coming in a half a point lower than Ghosted.
Yeah, Ghosted. I don't.
But if I had the choice, I would watch Pope's Exorcist before I'd watch Ghosted again.
I'd agree with that. I think I'd watch Pope's Exorcist before Ghosted.
I think I gave I think I gave Ghosted a 71, and then I gave Pope's Exorcist 73. So, and then I gave Kill Boksoon a 72. So I'm like right there, 70, 71, 72, 73.
And he gave 80 for Brady, 95.
80 for Brady gets a 50. No, I gave 80 for Brady a 60.
I still Hunger is out of these 5 movies, guys.
Yeah, out of these 5 movies, Hunger is the best one by far of the bunch.
It is fantastic.
Yeah, it's biggest surprise, great movie.
As of this day, Hunger's one of my favorite movies of the year so far.
Yeah. All right, so we'll recap. 80 for Brady gets 55, and we'll scratch that. Pope's Exorcist 69.5. Ghosted gets a 70. Kill Boksoon gets a 71. And our winner for this week is Hunger with an average score of 80, and that both of us gave it an 80, so it's definitely worth seeing. All right, what'd you think of this week, bro?
Like we said earlier at the beginning of the show, a little disappointed in a couple. One we knew was gonna suck because we've been avoiding it for weeks.
Yeah, I'm glad we got that out of the way, so we're not.
I mean, one that was just fantastic. And it was your pick. I am glad you added that to the list.
Me too.
Because I wouldn't have watched it. It's another one I would have just skipped over and not watched.
Yeah. Okay. So oh, my pleasure. So we might have to make a change for next week. So
I'm gonna still try.
We're still give it a shot, bro. See if you can. So next week on By the Numbers, it's gonna be our next episode, Wednesday night. We're gonna look at Evil Dead Rise, Clock, Jesus Revolution, Scream 6, and Renfield. Now the one that may have to come out is Renfield. I have already seen it. But if Rich doesn't get a chance to, then we might have to move it. And then the other one is on the 10th. We're probably going to have to remove Air because
I'm hoping to see it. My daughter doesn't get it. She said she's keeping it for 3 weeks, which I thought was a long time.
It is already out of my city. I can't find it anywhere. So, so I'm not going to be able to watch it, but hopefully it should be Amazon Prime. So hopefully at some point it'll come out to Amazon Prime pretty soon.
And the following week we have Guardians of the Galaxy, and there was a couple other ones.
Yeah, we got Guardians of the Galaxy, Sisu, A Good Person, and maybe The Covenant if we can get a chance to watch that.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna see Evil Dead Rise on Saturday.
I hope you like it.
I hope I do too. I think, at least by the trailer, it looked like it was gonna bury Pope's Exorcist as far as scares go. So I'm hoping it keeps up with that. But yeah. Otherwise, I was a big fan of the 2013 remake.
I haven't seen that.
And that was one thing that Alex, our buddy on Geeks and Flicks, said was, if you like the 2013 remake, then you'll probably like this one. So that's right. Or was Nate that said it? One of them said it. One of our boys.
Yeah, it was Nate said it. Because Alex hadn't seen it yet.
Right. That's how it was. Right. Because Nate's seen like 30 movies in the theater this year.
Yeah. He called us amateurs.
I know, right? I was like, I don't think I've seen 19 movies in a year. I just hit 20 for the year. And I don't think I've seen more than 12 in the theater in a year. Because that's usually I don't go very often because it's an hour one way to get to the theater. But since I've got this unlimited pass, I get free tickets. So so I'm gonna go to town, change the oil, get the oil changed in the car, watch Evil Dead Rise.
Yeah.
And make a day of it. So
my daughter's got prom this weekend, so
oh my god.
Senior prom. Yeah. but I got that this weekend, so I don't know. Yeah, but man, tomorrow we're gonna have a fun night over on my
Yeah.
YouTube channel.
Yeah. Tell
It's
us.
gonna be you. It's gonna be really old movies, Harrison. It's gonna be Alex from Geeks and Flicks, and then and me and Dave, of course. We're gonna be talking Batman: The Court of Owls over on Comic Talk issue 8, right? Trouble like that.
Yeah. Issue 8.
Um, yeah, we're gonna do a deep dive. We're gonna talk about what we like, what we didn't like, and we're gonna Lowedown score it the Lowedown way.
Yeah.
I always enjoy that. It works
Ooh.
great for comics, and it's usually the formula works because it usually grades it just right.
You want me to play the intro?
Yeah, play the new intro.
All right. I was like, I have it. So yeah, let's play the intro. See what you guys think as soon as it processes. I'm uploading it now. All right. Check this out, guys.
Love the new intro.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah,
so yeah, Batman Court of Owls Volume 1, we're gonna check out on Comic Talk tomorrow night.
Yep.
6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central, 9 Eastern. Yeah, it's gonna be you, me, Harrison, and Alex.
Yeah.
And that's
over on my
awesome.
YouTube channel.
Yeah, on Turner Fan 77's channel.
Yeah.
Movie Hunter. Thanks, bro.
Thank you, man. I'm looking forward to it. I love Harrison. I love Alex. Can't wait to get us all together.
Yeah, I had the comic book right.
You lost it.
I had it with me because I was reading it again today. So, I think I took it upstairs. But, no, it's. I gotta say,
great story.
So, I will say, I may have to be a little devil's advocate because I am not a Batman fan.
I remember you saying that.
I don't care for the anti-hero. So, I'm definitely more of a fan of the movies than I am the comic books. So that being said, this has been a real interesting read.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to talk to you guys about it. Hopefully, I don't get chastised like you did with Princess Bride, but
no, I get what you're saying because Batman can get old really quick.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta be kind of, I don't know, kind of devoted to it in order to. I mean, I can appreciate Batman for who he is and how he got his powers and all that, but as far as reading him, I've just never been interested.
Yeah, and I get it.
So
I do.
This is an interesting thing for me, and this is what I like about Comic Talk is that you've been taking me out of my comfort zone with comic books.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would have never touched Nailbiter.
Yeah, I'm glad you did.
And and then I'm anxious to get next month's because I just got that comic book in today. So.
Oh yeah, it's been a while since I read that, and I'm so looking forward to rereading it again.
I'm just happy to go back to kind of Marvel.
Because we've been trying to go. We started with Marvel, then we jumped to Image, right? We did Image second. We did two Image books.
Nailbiter was Image.
And then we did Walking Dead.
Yeah.
And then now we're doing DC.
Now we're doing DC.
Yeah. And then we're going back to Marvel.
Yeah.
And then hopefully we can I want to get a couple Boom books in because Boom has got some good books. Yeah. So join us tomorrow. We're going to talk some DC comics. It'll be fun, man. Alex is great. Harrison's great. Of course, David's great.
It's gonna be great. The four of us, it's gonna be awesome. I'm looking forward to it. Dell, what's up, my brother? Thanks so much for jumping in. We're actually done
for what you did today. Give us a shout out.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah, we really appreciate the shout out earlier, and hopefully you can catch the replay. But yeah, we just finished, but you can catch the recap. It'll tell you our scores for what we watched.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we're good. I think let's get out of here, bro.
Let's do.
All right, you guys, thank you so much. Before I go, I got to get the fine print out of the way. So if you guys have not had a chance to see this, you can always catch the audio portion of this on Spotify for podcasting, because I'm going to give it to them. They're going to put it up as soon as they get it. So Spotify for podcasting, they take the audio portion of your live cast and put it on to thing. And I actually added some stuff. So let's bring that up. So, so take the live stream, they sponsor you and they put it to other podcast sites. So I already had Amazon Music and iHeartRadio along with Spotify. I also set up Pocket Casts. That's for you, Jared. Castbox and Radio Public and Google Podcast. I am on all of those platforms now. The Lowdown can be checked out on any of those. If you get Spotify, I'd rather you jump on Spotify first because that's where we get the sponsors and everything. But if you like Jared tends to stick to Pocket Casts, I think it was Jared or Evan. No, I think it was Evan.
It was Evan.
Pop Culture 33. It was Evan. So I think Evan sticks to Pocket Cast. So I set up one just for him. And I think Harrison said he was the only one that did Pocket Cast. So, but I set up Pocket Cast. I set up Castbox, Radio Public, and Google Podcasts. So you guys can check us out on any of those.
To get on Apple Music or iTunes or Apple Podcast.
Apple Podcast. Well, it would take for me to have an actual Apple ID. And
okay. Oh, I didn't.
So when I was trying to set it up, it tried to because I have an Apple ID for my work email, and that's what it tried to set me up under. And I was like, nope, I can't do that. It's not for my work. So I'm working on that. Hopefully I can get Apple Podcasts set up soon, but yeah, it didn't go in the right direction for me this time. So I may have to, figure something out. Maybe when I set up my new laptop and I'll use my, I'll get a Lowedown Apple ID or something and do it on that.
I think it's a good idea. I think being on Apple iTunes or Apple Podcast, what the hell it's called, is great.
Yeah. Apple Podcast. Thumbs up for Movie Hunters. Thank you, brother. Yeah. You used a lot of Apple stuff, but yeah, because you have an iPad. I have an iPad too, but it's for work. So that's why it's kind of conflicting with my stuff.
But anyway, guys, thank you for watching.
I digress. Let's get out of here. Oh yeah, I want to thank StreamYard too. They're taking our live cast. They're putting it on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. It's not free, but I still appreciate what they're doing. Yeah. And if you guys get a chance, go to scarenetwork.tv and check out my other podcast, Spirits with Spirits. We run on Sundays, and then we send the recording to Spirits with Spirits so that to Scare Network TV, and they put it on during the week. So you can go there and check out our shows. It's $4.99 a month or $40 for the year. You save $20, and you can watch all their content. They have all sorts of great stuff. Among that is my other podcast. So,
hey guys, if you haven't checked it out, do, because, and I'm not just saying it because David's my boy. What him and John do is great. It's fun, creepy as hell sometimes, because he got this little fucking box that talks, and it just creeps me out. Okay, but
yeah, I guess especially since it calls your name when you get on the show.
That was weird. It was really weird. Yeah, but guys, trust me, it's a good show. Go check it out.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. And we also run live stream on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. It's at Spirits with Spirits. So check us out there. We do our live stream Sundays at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. This Sunday, we're going to be doing cryptids part 7. So we're going to talk about cryptids in Hawaii. We're going to be looking at some cryptids there. We're going to be looking at something called the slide rock bolter, which is a cryptid out of Colorado that slides down mountains and eats people. And that'll be interesting. Yeah. But no, coming up, we got to talk because we're going to be doing a Bigfoot episode, and
awesome.
We want to see if maybe we get you on, or
yeah, I'll do it. You know it.
Yeah, because that'll be on Scare Network. But all right, let's get out of here. Thanks you guys so much for joining. I really appreciate it. Tune in next week for another episode of Spirits or Spirits. I'm Dave, and that's Rich. God bless. Take care. Have a great week, and we'll see you next time.
See you guys next week. Thank you.